these crimes.
Traveled so far, couldn't tell you how far. Feels as though I have been a million places at once. Many lives I have lived, many battles I fought and lost.
Mass shooters, black rulers, what's up to you half-truthers? Hotepluya, that's humor. I'm past the rumors, I'm past the human. The body is trash, a bad computer, a ghost with massive tumors. Can't threaten a nigga like me with death, I'd be glad to do it. And sprinkle my ashes on my mad computer and rap into it while blasting future. And say that's the future, that's the future.
If you're looking for trouble, you ain't gotta look far. Without the presence of God,
the year is 5,625. Niggas is clapping and stomping in church, waiting for Jesus to come back alive. Niggas is still conscious, waiting on ET to come out the sky. Stop all these crimes. Mentally ill and out of their mind. Niggas still waiting for Flint to get some supplies. Niggas is still like, damn, I was just talking to so-and-so the other day. How did they die? Why? Niggas is still waiting for politicians to admit that they lied. Since we all comrades, them niggas street locked up in them contracts. You accept it as generous, just cause the man let his boot off your neck just a little bit. If that shit was threatening, you wouldn't know that it did exist. They would've hid that shit from you like all of your history. They brought Bill not back from the dead just to get at me. They sent so many agents my way, I could start an agency. It's all about branding, Feel like a fraternity. Niggas wanna brand me, niggas want Grammys, niggas want families. Niggas think I'm crazy, I don't want a damn thing. Where the fuck's the manual? They can't understand me. They can't understand me. All this shit must go, all this shit is trash. There is not a plan B. Way too hard to let go, where we gon' end up, where we all landing. This is just a shit show, this is just a sick goal, I am only passing.
You are nearly conscious. I've traveled so far, couldn't tell you how far. Feels as though I have been a million places at once. Many lives I have lived, many battles I fought and lost. If you're looking for trouble, you ain't gotta look far. Without the presence of God, wouldn't be in these thoughts. You may know who I am, but do you know who you are? You are. These roads, they don't go nowhere. These highways are a dead end. I've had my share of losses, I've had my share of blessings, and I sure know what hell is. And I ask you this question: if we ourselves ain't perfect, then how could we know what heaven is like?
What up? CSGs, what's good with y'all? How y'all feeling out there? Put them up. Let's get it poppin'. What's good? Let's get it.
They don't tell you about the truth.
Houston Rockets, what's happening? Appreciate everybody for coming out. Let's get it. Gonna get nothing but the truth over here. You know how we rock. Yeah. What's happening, Sigga? Yup. Okay. What up, Terry? What up, Scott? Put them H's up. Man. We took a loss, but it's all good. The Marquis. That's that Lies by your boy Rich Homie Quan. But we gonna tell the truth over here, baby. Yeah. Let's get it. Yeah. Let's go. Let's get it poppin'. It's all about the truth over here, man. Appreciate everybody for joining us out there, baby. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. How y'all feeling out there, man? Season almost over. We wrapping it up. But the Chop Shop gonna be here for you, baby. You know that. Let's go. First and foremost, you know I gotta holler at all our new subscribers and our members for renewing their membership. You know how I go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Swaggy D, appreciate you for renewing your membership 4 months and running. Sabir, appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. Daryl Scott, appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. Asleep Art 11, appreciate you for renewing your membership 5 months and running. Ricky Johnson, appreciate you for renewing your membership 5 months and running. Leduce Ana, appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. Owen Smith, appreciate you for appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. Naretin Yolosoi, appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. Zombie Striker OG, appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. Aiken Alper, appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. Alan Parker Jr., appreciate you for subscribing to the channel as well. Diego, appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. Jonathan Rodriguez, appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. Thomas Robinson, appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. Evan Farrow, appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. Rusty Schneider, appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. Osmosis Neil, appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. Miguel Angel A, appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. The KK channel, appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. Dip MMP, appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. Harlan St. Clair, appreciate you for renewing your membership 5 months and running. Bakas Bakul, appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. Wizard Dragon, appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. Kendall Roberts, appreciate you for subscribing to the channel, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. Put them up in the chat, man. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Let's go. Let's go. Who we got in the chat with us? JB Thax, appreciate you for joining us. Sigga Miggs, appreciate you for joining us. Scott Martin, appreciate you for joining us. ILR United, appreciate you for joining us. Swaggy D, appreciate you for joining us. Let's see who else we got in here. Zachary Sand, appreciate you for joining us tonight. Yusagami, appreciate you for joining us. Terry Agent, appreciate you for joining us. DeMarcus Johnson, appreciate you for joining us. Who else we got in here? Steve-O, what's happening? Appreciate you for joining us. Clone 33, appreciate you for joining us. Let's get it. Let's get it. How y'all feeling out there, man? You know, we took a L to the Warriors, 121 to 108. It was just, we didn't have it tonight. I'm not going to front. We ain't have it tonight. Too many turnovers, not enough hustle, not enough focus. Lineups was kind of like, we seen some Knicks minutes tonight, so y'all know how that go. If we get some Knicks minutes, it was a tanking night tonight, bro. No Sengun tonight. Jabari, he did well at the 5. But let's go ahead and run off some of these stats. Jabari Smith, 39 minutes, 7 for 15 from the floor, 1 for 4 from the 3-point line, 2 for 4 from the free throw line, 11 rebounds, 17 points, and he was a +2. He had 1 steal and 1 block to go along with that. KJ Martin, 33 minutes, 5 for 12 from the field, 0 for 4 from the 3-point line, 3 for 3 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, 13 points, -8. Tar Eason, 31 minutes, 9 for 16 from the field, 1 for 5 from the 3-point line, 2 for 4 from the free throw line, 12 rebounds, 4 steals, and 21 points. He was a -3. KPJ, 38 minutes, 4 for 15 from the floor, 3 for 10 from the 3-point line, 6 for 6 from the free throw line. He had 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, 17 points. He was a negative 11. Jalen Green, 41 minutes, 7 for 19 from the field, 3 for 7 from the three-point line, 3 for 3 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. He had 5 turnovers, though, with 20 points. He was a negative 11. Garuba played 19 minutes. He was 3 for 5 from the field, 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Didn't attempt the free throw. He only had 3 rebounds. No steals, no blocks, 7 points, a negative 14. Josh Christopher, 22 minutes, 3 for 9 from the field, 0 for 3 from the three-point line, 4 for 4 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals, 10 points, negative 16. Dacian Nix, 17 minutes, 1 for 2 from the field, 1 for 1 from the three. He didn't attempt a free throw. He had 1 rebound, 2 assists, 3 points, negative 6. As a team, we shot 39 for 93. 39 for 93. 41%. We was 10 from 36 from the three-point line for 27%. And we was 20 for 24 from the free throw line for 83%. Our free throws was good at least. What up, Frank? What's happening, Bubba? What's up, Baba Sholo? What's up, DJ M60? What's happening? Frank, you want to come up? Let me know. I'll drop the link. Yeah, man. For the most part, I just think we didn't have the effort. It looked like they kind of just was coasting like the whole first half. They wasn't engaged. They wasn't moving the ball like we seen these past 3-4 games. It was a back-to-back, so I guess that's why we seen a lack of energy out there. What more can I say? Your boys, Splash Brothers, they the ones that killed us. And Kuminga. Kuminga had a pretty good game against us too. The Splash Brothers splashed it. It seemed like anytime we was gaining a little momentum, Klay Thompson just hit a big shot. Or Steph Curry hit a big shot to extend that lead back up. I think our defense wasn't, aggressive enough. They wasn't in their jerseys. The Warriors offense really is a complicated offense because a lot of their plays look similar. But then they have like 2 options off of each screen. Each screen. You can either Draymond get it and he'll dump it down low real fast, or he'll find a back cut. And our guys, back cuts, they're difficult for us. They always kill us. You know what I'm saying? Like, they always kill us with the back cuts. What can we say? We still young. We still learning. It wasn't, I guess a few positive things was JABARI, he kind of held his own. I think he needed more shots because KPJ was off. To me, KPJ, this was a bad game for KPJ. Jalen Green, his shot was all right. He was really aggressive getting to the goal. He didn't get the calls all the time, but I think he got fouled on a majority of them. They just didn't call him. He don't have that respect of a Harden or Trae Young that was real, that always get the calls from the ref for some reason. And Tari was good tonight. Tari, he played good defense. He was everywhere on the court. He had some good rebounds. Tari, man, I don't know. KJ better watch out. Even though I love KJ, bro, Tari brings something to the game. If you ain't watched Frank videos, especially this last one, Tari makes the biggest impact on the court out of everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tari really makes an impact in a positive way. And he coming for somebody's spot. But as far as us beating the Warriors, they the Warriors, and they really they in trouble if you ask me. I don't see them really going to the championship. Now Frank thinks different. Frank thinks they gonna go to the championship again this year, but I don't know, man. Oh, Frank, you want the link? Hold on, let me get it for you, baby. Let me get it. Getting the link for Frank to come up. Let's see. I got you, Frank. All right, here we go. All right, let's see. Shock, what's happening? KDC, what's happening? There you go, Frank. There go the link. Hit the link. While Frank getting the link, let me go ahead and run through some of these comments real quick. Let's see. JB Thack says we still winning the all-time series against them, though. That don't mean much right now, bro. That don't mean much right now. Let's see. I got my boy Frank in here. What up, Frank? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's good? What my audio sound like?
What's good? Hey, y'all can hear Frank? Let me know. Let me know. Say something, Frank. What up, Devin? Appreciate you for joining us.
Okay, they say Sigmig say the audio's clear.
Okay, yeah, you good on my end. Now, go ahead and run it down. What's your assessment on the game, bro?
I mean, it started off pretty good, but it kind of broke down at the end. I don't know what the Warriors are on, bro. Like you were saying, they were my championship. I still think if Wiggins come back and they get into the playoffs, that I feel like they have a switch. And what it looked, I don't know if they just bored or, because they don't even care, bro. It's like they were just like sleepwalking. Some of the plays they were trying, behind the back passes and stuff like that. And I think for them, they feel like they could just turn it on when they need to. And they did with us, but it bites them a lot with better teams. So for us, I mean, they were just toying with us. I know it was like a hard fought game, but like the stuff they were doing, it was just like, yeah, ain't no way like we was gonna stop them. We are too undisciplined to beat that team, bro. And we might get lucky, like hit a crazy shooting game and like that, but I don't see us beating that system for at least a couple of years, like maybe a year or two.
Yeah,
it's just too many. Like it's too much, bro. Like they confuse contenders.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's just a bad matchup, bro. It's a bad matchup.
Yeah, facts. I was looking at him, bro, and I'm looking. I ain't gonna lie. The whole time I'm watching the game, I'm like, man, is Frank watching this?
Yeah, I'm watching them, man. I'm looking like, damn, they got me nervous. Good thing I ain't put no money on it.
I mean, because usually, the Warriors, they're a well-oiled machine. It's like they always like methodical, on point. It just looked like you said, like they just lost. Like they don't care. Like I don't know. Maybe it's because they took it easy against us, but I think a lot of our mistakes was due probably to we was being on a back-to-back too. And at first you could see Jalen every shot he put up, it was kind of short or long, like his legs wasn't there for a while, and then he ended up getting into a little rhythm. And KPJ, man, I think he had a bad game to me. What you assess on KPJ?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was not a great game. Not a great game for him. He's been doing pretty good lately, but that's just not I don't know if it was the back-to-back or the Warriors was just forcing him into bad shots, but I think what happened was he was doing good, letting the game come to him. But I noticed him and Jalen were pressing because they were playing Steph, and told you this in our group chat that they are. I know Jalen like Steph's is like his hero, and so
Right.
I was saying he was trying to do stuff that I ain't never seen that boy do. There was a play he gave the ball to KJ. Like KJ was like around like the free throw area. He gave the ball to him, faked the cut, and try to come back. Like he faked like he was gonna cut, then step back to the 3-point line to get the shot off like Steph do. But they called KJ for a moving screen.
Yeah,
I was like, man, come on, y'all know y'all damn well don't.
Hey, but maybe it's a good thing. At least he trying
Nah,
something new.
I like it, but like, damn, bro, they just learning stuff. To me, that's Silas, bro. Silas got us copying teams in real time. They just trying stuff out.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard from you on the stream like this about the whole Silas. You still thinking Silas need to go?
Nah, man, come on. Yeah, it's hard. Very like, my beef with him is not like I'm sure he's a great mentor and a great motivator and all that, but I don't care if they win out the rest of the games, bro. Like he's done. If it take 3 games or 5 games or 10 games compared to 3 years for you to make a decision, then you don't need to be the person making any decisions. And that go for fans or the Rockets. Like people telling me they think we should keep him because they won the last 5 out of 8. Like, bro, we got 3 years of a body of evidence to show us. And y'all might not remember last year we started off with a very veteran team. So it wasn't just a bunch of young guys. Your starters was the only young guy really was Jalen in there and Kevin Porter in some stretches, but even we have veteran backups, and they still were the worst team in the NBA. You had Daniel Tice, Christian Wood, Jayshawn Tate, all these veteran Eric Gordon. You know what I mean? Like that was a veteran team, and we seen what he did. They were still bad. So it's not. I'm not. It's nothing with him. It's just his system, bro. And we see the limitations of it when we play certain other systems. It's just limited. We don't have the players for it. There's no creativity there. I think like even like we joking about Jalen, what he was trying to do, but I think that's what he should be doing. I think Steph is a great picture of him. In fact, I think Jordan Poole's really what Jalen. Not like I don't like how Poole plays like a lot. He's flashy, but the type of like Poole gets to do ISOs, he gets to run pick and rolls, and he gets to run a lot of off ball screens.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets his game is used in a different way. If y'all notice, Steve Kerr allowed Poole to play like almost like a Mike D'Antoni would. Like his offense with Poole with the ball in his hand is different than the Warriors' regular offense. They'll go to like a spread pick and roll with him, and that's just a coach that know what he got. So that's my beef with Silas. He ain't got he a one trick pony.
Yeah, I agree on all that. E.F. Hutton talking about there we go hating on Silas again.
This dude, let me see.
Did you see?
There was he put a comment on there like, how we gonna blame? Like, bro, like if you think Coach Silas is doing a great job for whatever reason, that's all power to you. But the reason that me and Space are able to make this channel is because you guys trust our basketball analysis. I have nothing personal. Space has nothing personal against Steven Silas. We just go based off of what we watch. So if you can enjoy our commentary on the Rockets, on Jalen Green, it's no person like it's just for basketball reasons. The dude's not a good coach, bro. It's not him. Just straight up.
What's up with Knicks? Why did we like this? The thing I really have a problem with Silas. Like we won't see dudes for like 4 or 5 game stretches, and then he'll just come and put them in like out of nowhere, and then have them playing like 25, 30 minutes sometimes. Like what be up with that, bro? Like you know what I'm saying? Like you can't slow roll these guys back into the lineup.
Man, I have no clue. No clue. That graph I made, he hadn't played like in 6 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was going on like 6 games, and all of a sudden he playing 30 minutes. And no, I don't know. I don't get that. I guess they saw that. I mean, I don't know. He's not terrible, but he's just not great either. Steph was definitely cooking him, but he was cooking a lot of people. I think Tari had a damn good game.
Yeah, he did.
Playing defense, being disruptive. Yeah, he's really good, bro.
I agree. I agree. Um, what I'm starting to. I don't get. I don't. What I don't get is you use a first round pick on Ty, and this is post All Star break. This is kind of the time to see what he got, bro. You know what I mean? Like, what is it that where he won't play Ty at all half the time, or they'll send him to the G League, and like the G League ain't that important right now to me. I think we need to see him against real NBA teams, you know, and see what he can really offer this team. Unless they're just trying to shelf that man because they have
Yeah, I think
a
they
wink
should.
wink deal. Like maybe they trying to look for a better, more established point guard.
No, I think they're not worried about like. I guess they looking at him as a long term project. So it could be like they're just like, I will worry about him later type deal. And yeah, that's the only thing I could think of. Rather than letting him just rot on the bench, I don't get it. Then you start to ask yourself, okay, then isn't the season about development? Then you're
Right.
like, okay, but then if it's about development, why isn't Tata playing? So if it's not about development, are they trying to win? So if they're trying to win, why is Knicks playing? It's really no rhyme or reason to it, bro. Like, I can't give you a answer on that because it's just confusing. Yeah, even the winning, like the one time that y'all are supposed to suck. Not that I mind it, but they win. It's just bad. You know, it's really hard to pin down exactly what anybody that could say that. Oh yeah, this is they're doing X, Y, and Z. Now you lying, bro. It just all we can do as external observers is look at what they're doing and judge it off of that. And I don't know if you heard the JJ Redick audio clip that he said about the Rockets. I mean,
Yeah, I meant to
and
pull that too. I meant to pull that to play it. But yeah, do you have it? Can you play it?
yeah. Let me see if
All right, I'm gonna get to some of these
yeah,
comments real quick while you
I
pull
don't
it.
think I don't think I can play because unless it'll come through.
It'll come
Maybe
through
I
your
can. You
phone,
go to the
maybe.
let me try to share my sound and then play it. Maybe it'll come through the streaming app. But you can go
Oh
ahead and get
yeah,
to the
you could
comments.
put
Let me,
it. You could put it in the. I think in the what's the name? Right at the bottom, like it's a. You know how we put in like audio.
yeah, let me try. Let me try something. You let me know if it works. You can go ahead and get to the comments.
All right, all right. Let me get to some of these comments. KDC says transition defense. Yeah, we've been pretty bad at that all season, bro. Swaggy D says Warriors got a better squad overall. They turned up when they had to. I mean, yeah, they've been there, done that. Like Frank said, I think they was kind of bored. It seemed like they was, but they have had road. Like they can't win on the road. Truthfully, they like 29-7 at home, and they like 7-29 on the road. So I don't know what it is about them in the road this year. Usually the Warriors are pretty decent to great road team when they was winning all of those games and championships. It's something off about them right now. It is something off about them. Sigamig says breaking news: Rockets aren't on the level of the defending champs. Facts. Let's see. DJ M60 he says hell nah, them boys young at that age. We would play a tournament 2 games in 1 day, 4 games in 1 weekend. I mean, yeah, but the level, the competition level is crazy at the NBA level. I hear what you're saying. Let's see. Tony M. He says, ILR, you save the same lines every game, every channel. Oh
Hey,
man,
hold on, Space. Let me try. You let me know if
you got it?
you can hear this audio. Yeah, let me try. Hold on.
Okay,
Can you hear it?
I gotta put it in. Okay, go ahead and try.
But has shown flashes in the last 2 weeks of at least being entertaining to watch.
Yeah, I
Is
can
it
hear
coming
it.
through?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Let me ask the audience if they were hearing it. Are y'all able to hear JJ talking there as I was playing that audio? Let me play it again. Let me go back to it. Because I can't see what they're saying.
That is the Houston Rockets.
Yeah, they
Can they
say
hear
they
it?
can hear
Jabari
it.
Smith in particular.
All right, let me start from the beginning.
All
All right,
right.
so this is audio of JJ Redick. They on his podcast, The Old Man and the Three. If y'all remember, when I did a live stream on Shangoon's drop defense versus the Blazers. It was the same when they were interviewing what's his name, Dame. So just a snippet from Clutch Fans Twitter page. So I'm gonna play it, and this is just him talking about the Rockets.
Let me ask you about the last team before we wrap.
Yeah.
Who has had basically no hope all season, but has shown flashes in the last 2 weeks of at least being entertaining to watch. And that is the Houston Rockets. Jabari Smith in particular, 21-10 over his last 5, buzzer beater. There's not a lot to like, but I think the argument about being bullish on them is twofold. A, they get the number 1 pick, and then they're going to be fun to watch regardless. Or B, they don't, but they start. Some of these guys, there's like, you love Tari Eason. Sengun, there's a lot to like. Backcourt is what it is. You're grimacing right now.
I sometimes question
This is JJ
whether
Redick
you
talking.
actually listened to me. Because there was a point earlier in this conversation where I said, what did I say about organizations and coaching staffs and all that stuff? How much it matters with young players. Houston's a mess. It's a mess. And I'm not denying the talent of their players. There's a difference to me between building towards winning basketball and the opposite of that, which is what the Houston Rockets are doing. And so, yeah, maybe they get Wembanyama. Not going to be happy about that. Just my take. Not going to be happy about that.
You don't think Sengun, you don't think Jabari, Sengun, any of these guys, there's anything to be positive about?
Yeah, they're good players. They're good players.
That's fair. I mean, it's hard. I'm 29th in net rating right now, 27th in offense, 29th in defense. It is hard to put too much of a shine on what we've seen so far.
My question is like, and this is where I think Jamal Mosley and Orlando have been pretty good about this. It's like there should be a clear hierarchy on the team. There shouldn't be a scenario where a player doesn't get the basketball in the half court and puts his hands on his hips and walks around. There shouldn't be a scenario where it's my turn, your turn. There shouldn't be a scenario where it's clear from body language that one player doesn't like playing with another player, or and then you're in a position where the guy that you've drafted 3rd overall is literally swimming in the middle of the ocean with no life raft for an entire NBA season. And to me, that's what's happened with Houston. Now, whose fault is that? I don't know. I'm not in that locker room. I'm not around Coach Silas. I'm not with the. I'm saying all of this as an outside observer, but the evidence points to dysfunction, which is why I'm not particularly bullish on Houston. Now, maybe some things change. Maybe we can get excited about it. Again, I'm not denying the talent of the players they have on their team.
All right, and just real quick before, Dave also posted this clip from Draymond Green after the game referring to Houston and the rebuild.
Competing for the playoffs.
Not build bad habits. You get in certain situations and it's very easy to build bad habits. But habits are hard to break.
The audio's kind of
build
bad.
bad habits and kind of becomes who you are.
Okay, the audio's not good, but he says it's very easy to build bad habits, but bad habits are hard to break. You build bad habits and it kind of becomes who you are. It's important to try to build the right way. Then he says to hear them talking through things like that, you know they are well coached because they're working through exactly the right thing to do. So, you know what I mean? Bad habits. He said they're working through it. I think he can't just say they're having bad habits, but it seems like every player, y'all can throw JJ Redick and Draymond and the damn coach of the Astros and every throw everybody into the hater pile. At some point, we as fans, you can't say everybody's slandering the team, bro. Like we tell you guys this on the Chop Shop all the time. And people, oh, you hate. No, it's just reality, man. Some people love fantasy. They love to be soothed by what they hear. Now, just like JJ ended off his stuff, just like I and most of my videos is there's hope. The talent is there. That's the hardest part is getting the guys that got the talent. You can always change coaches and structures and GMs and stuff like that. So that's really to me the most impactful move they could do is just get a new system and get a better coach. So, but when you have a collective of people with no interest or no, they have no stake in the Rockets giving their opinions, basketball minds, people that are respected, unbiased, people that are good analyzers of the game, then you might want to listen. You might want to listen. You know what I mean? So,
Bro,
but yeah, that's
I mean, how long we been saying this? I mean, it seemed like they watched the Rockets Chop Shop. Either, you know what I'm saying? Because we've been saying this from last year, bro. Like literally last year we've been saying the same thing. I mean, everybody's not lying. You know, everybody's just not a hater. You know, everybody, you can just actually watch the game and see and just be honest about what you're seeing. And everything we said, accountability, no hierarchy, the dudes are just building bad habits. We've been saying this, and we get called haters.
everybody a hater, bro. Everybody a hater. Just like the mama that has a bad child that it's like this dude gets suspended from school every day. He getting in fights, and it's not my baby. That's what these fans are. They're not my baby fans. Like,
y'all picking on him. Y'all picking on him.
Yeah, and they out there menaces to society. Like that's what like, and the thing is, it's about to get real. Y'all go see how when they try to pivot, the complete opposite of everything they're doing is really gonna change. To me, my biggest thing is that I hope they don't do anything dumb trying to win in the short term. It's like create a bunch of our young guys away without giving them a chance under a better system and a better coach. Because to me, that'll be a short-term move. I was thinking something today that Stone might be trying to keep his job because if they really want to build this thing out, it'll probably take another three years or something before they actually get to the level they need to get to. But I don't know if he feel like he has enough time to do that. You know, those general managers, it's real rare that you get a GM that is playing the long game because they know they might get fired. So, you know, I don't know. I just don't want him to do any dumb contracts or anything, trying to put together a contender within the next year.
Yeah, you know what? I think like now we don't give him a pass, but as far as like the national media and guys on the outside looking in, I don't think they give Stone enough of this slice of pie. How much of this really is on Stone? Because really, you know, Stone got to get talent, and we do have talent. And so how much is this on Stone? Like, because from what we hear, like, he's in every aspect, telling them how to run defenses, telling them who to play who. You know, is he really micromanaging this whole rebuild to the point to where it's just like Stone really have more say-so than what we know?
He about to get that. The heat about to be on him to something because he's been under the umbrella of tanking. The reason Silas isn't under the umbrella because the picks, y'all listen, the guys that you've drafted, they struggle a lot. And basketball people notice this. They know why. There's no veterans on the roster. The system is terrible. You're empowering a lot of bad habits in these players. That's what people are criticizing. Not that JJ didn't say, oh, man, they lose every game. They're losers. They lose. They got this record. What did that mean? That man gave y'all valid basketball criticisms. And that's what, you know, when we talk, we give you like, we don't say, oh, man, they've been losing. They just losers. Oh, we got the worst record. No, we tell you, okay, man, that they run in too many pick and rolls. Jalen should have been here. Jabari's being underutilized. Like, these are actual tangible criticisms. And people are, you hating. Like, bro, I'm telling you, go look. You can go look yourself. If 5 people telling you. All right, I think I'm back. Am I back?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, am I back?
Yeah, you back. I can hear you.
I don't know what's going on. Let me. I think DJ. What's the name? Told me about this when I got too many tabs open on my computer. Okay, so yeah, it's just like the Jabari thing with him swimming in the middle of the ocean. That's a perfect analogy um, of what. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Is the stream still going?
Oh man, what happened to the
Oh,
stream?
it's back on. It's back. Hold on. I can see it. Rob Cortez, we good? Okay. Chet, we good? Bobby Jenko?
Oh,
Seems like it's
we back.
all right. We back, man. YouTube tripping. Um, it's lagging.
Man, it's every time we get to talking about negative about the Rockets, man. Something
They
happened.
go out. Somebody. Rob Cortez says we got KBJ.
He said Nick strikes again on the stream.
We ain't saying nothing about Knicks. We ain't saying nothing about Knicks, man. Knicks, we love you, brother. But keep us going. But now the Jabari analogy with the swimming in the middle of the ocean, I think that's on point. That's a great picture of it. It's like you throwing a kid into a water they don't know how to swim, and if basically you just tell them to figure it out. And there's the thing about our guys is I think Jabari resilient, Jalen resilient, and they've been able to make it through. The post All-Star game bump is, to me, that's like clockwork. If you got any type of talent as an NBA prospect, you're gonna do better after the All-Star break. That goes back years. Like you can look at all these guys. If you look at their shooting percentage, everything bumps up after the All-Star break because it's like they get a little break in between. Their bodies rest up. Kind of a second season for them. So you can attribute that to coaching. I don't. I think most of that is just natural development, especially if it's post All-Star. But like the Jalen and Jabari kind of struggles. If y'all don't remember, Jalen was like one of the worst players in the NBA for like the first 3 months of his NBA career until he started figuring out. And you know what he credited to is he got his confidence by going to the All-Star game and kind of talking to people. Then you get Jabari. Who did he credit his stuff for? His dad.
His dad. Yeah.
And that man said his dad helped him get out of his slump. Not the coach, not the Rockets. That man had to go to his daddy.
Yeah.
Y'all come on now.
Yeah, man. We said this. Like, I think you even made that analogy about, swimming in the middle of the ocean, with no lifeboat or anything. And we all should have knew this when Silas came out and admitted himself, "Oh, I don't run plays for him." Why not?
Which is wild.
Why not? I think that's one of the most illogical things that you can do for a number 3 pick. You don't run plays for this man? Like, so what do you think? What are you telling him in practice? Or what if you're not running plays for him, what are you telling him to do in practice? Stand in the corner, wait till the guards get you the ball, catch and shoot only?
I think like to Silas's defense on saying that, I think it was just dumb for him to say like that. He needs to contextualize. I understand what he's saying. He's saying that in his system, it's like the initiator is really the most important part. Everything else flows from there. So he'll teach the guys like where to like fill, where to move and cut to, and my biggest problem with that, and this is why to me he's a one-trick pony as a coach, is that damn well you ain't got no point guard on this team. So you banking on KBJ and Jalen and Knicks is basically like putting you drive a Lamborghini, you gassing it up with regular. Like you got all these high-end talents that you've drafted in different spots, whether it's Jalen as a 2 guard, Jabari, Sengun, Tari, and then you're gonna put the ball in Eric Gordon's hand or Dacian Nick's hand, and basically they get to decide the fate and how these guys perform. And I think that's the biggest sin is, and that's Stone's fault as well for building this roster. I don't care how bad you want to tank, bro. You still got to develop these dudes, and not having like a point guard or veteran guard on the team, a veteran point guard on the team, to at least for anybody get your number 3 pick going. Jalen can cook on his own. He been in this hood long enough that he know how to get around. He know where to sneak through, not get caught by the police in the Rockets ghetto. He knows how to move through and maneuver. But Jabari was green, man. This man out the suburbs. He don't know what he's doing. He's in a new environment. So it would have been helpful to get him somebody just to help him get set up. And for him to be basically the changes that he did in the stretch where he's been better is just that he's being more assertive. They haven't done anything like intention or more structural to get him more shots, and it was personified in the fourth quarter of that game winner he hit. That was the only shot he made, and that was the only shot he took. He was 1 for 1 in the fourth quarter. Dude was having a good game.
Yeah.
Starting to heat up and go the whole quarter with no shots because, the guards were cooking. But our guards haven't learned, like, hey, I got to feed my big man. I got to feed. Okay, Jabari got to get his touches. That's what a point guard do. So if you don't have the people for that, then your offense is supposed to do that. Get him some shots. You see Steph out there running around and Klay. Hell, they even got an Anthony Lamb out there coming off of pin downs. Like, what are we doing?
Right. I mean, even we seen when we was a championship level squad with James Harden and PJ Tucker and Chris Paul. It took Chris Paul really to come over here and to really distribute the ball because, bro, you get bored just standing in the corner every possession. Like, that ball finds energy. Like, we need to share the ball. We see even right now when we end up sharing the ball, we play a whole lot better. And, like, you just get bored standing on the corner. Like, that's why half the time our guys don't even be expecting a pass when they get a pass. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nothing intentionally drawn up or consistently get them the ball to move around, and to think they're going to get the ball. So when they do get the ball, they be like, it came to me. And I think these last 3 games, like you pointed out in your video, everybody was contributing. Everybody was getting the ball, and everybody was making an impact. And even though Jalen scored 40 last game, I would rather see him score like 25, 28 and get everybody else involved too. There's no reason why Jalen he was cooking though. I'll give it that. He was cooking.
Yeah, he was on it.
He was on.
I loved how he played yesterday. I was more excited about the defense, some of the flashes he had on defense than even the scoring. One thing that was special about how he scored was the manner in which he scored. Like, he wasn't shooting great from 3, but he was getting downhill, getting to the free throw line. So one thing about him in the past, he would get dejected because it's like he banging his head against the wall, trying to, especially when teams were playing him hard. Like, he'll try to ISO. If his shots ain't falling, then he kind of shut off. But
right.
He's gotten in his mind now to just attack, and that just keep attacking. And, once he gets to a point where he builds more muscle and his frame gets better, and then he's in a structure where he has, like JJ was saying, hierarchy, where he understands where his shots are, where the guy, the spots, and there's like a rhythm to everything, then he's really going to be really, really good. I try to what I analyze with the players is I see what they have to operate in, then I try to see what would they look like in a more functional offense or defense on a team with veterans. So you translate what they're doing on this team where they're all young to where you replace Knicks minutes with an actual backup point guard, or you replace some of those backup, Garuba minutes. I love Garuba, but you could replace him. Maybe you get a Nas Reed. Now you got a backup 3 that's a 3-point sniper that could do a little rim protection that's not as a plus when he gets on the floor. You pair him up with a Tari Eason. You can make minor changes to the roster. You could add a point guard. Hell, even if we kept the same starting 5, you just get a backup point guard that when KPJ's not on the floor, that your offense is still humming. Right. And you could go to different, is Bari's offense with the backup with the 2s. He's the main focus point now. He got a little point guard that he run the show with, and they kind of run 2-man game. That stuff translates to wins. So that's what I want to see. And that's why I look at, I'm like, okay, Sengun doing this. What would he look like if he had this next to him? Jabari doing this. What would he look like if he had a guard? So it's just little things like that. That's why I think Jalen, he had a spurt in January and where he looked like he was just done with basketball. I'm glad he's back. I'm sure the losing was getting to him, and he literally said it in the post game, and he was probably going through mental questioning himself, and that would happen when you start losing. That's why these wins were so important for them, because it's really hard to get up for games where you're going to lose pretty much every time.
Facts. Let me get to some of these comments. DJ M60, he said, soon as the last game over, they throwing Silas out the Toyota Center like Jazz on the Fresh Prince. Oh man, who gonna be the Uncle Phil? They leave me to come out. I grab him by the belt loop and throw him out.
He gonna do that.
Oh man,
oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, Daquan Davis, he says we should have kept Dennis Schroeder. I mean, I think Dennis wanted to be in a winning situation too. Dennis ain't really been on too many tanking teams. Everywhere Dennis been at, he's really been at least in the playoffs or, like at least vying for a playoff position or something like that. And he wanted to get paid. He should have took that $80 million from the Lakers when he first was at the Lakers. And then he wouldn't even have that problem. But yeah, man, I agree, man. We at least needed to keep like Augustine or somebody like that. Somebody that can just set the table and it's not always looking for a shot. They looking for the hot guy or they running the correct play every time down the court.
Remember, that's how we found out. We even got the KJ. Remember, it was KJ, Sengun, and Augustine used to run the twos. And we used to say that looks like a whole different team. Like they played a different brand of basketball with our backups. Even though, we still weren't good, but they had the ball popping. Guys were cutting. They were running actions, two-man game. Him and Sengun had the little 1-2 punch. KJ used to cut off of their 1-2 game. Like, just having a backup guard, does wonders, for the guys that are developing under there. And I think maybe that's, Sengun took a big leap. KJ took a big leap. It's just really hard to run an offense with guys that are learning to play the point guard position.
Facts. Rob Cortez says, Frank, I've been in alignment with you all season. Damn the wins and losses. Silas had one job. Develop the young talent. That's it. He's failed at that. I agree with that. Chetman says, that's right, you guys. Remember, Jabari credits his dad for getting through his issues, not the coaching staff. That's what my boy Frank says. Dan D says, Johnny, I feel like Augustine has been on almost every NBA team already. I mean, he have been around. But that's not always a bad thing. That means he can be productive in different systems with different type of players. At almost in the playoffs, we seen him go off. We done seen him be bad. I mean, sometimes you need those different experiences to be a pro. How you feel about that, Frank?
Yeah, I mean, I forgot who has the record for being on every. Is it Jeff Green?
I think Trevor Ariza came and got that, right?
Well, like Trevor been on like 18 games or so. I think Trevor been traded the most in like.
Oh yeah, he been traded the most. Yeah,
traded. I think Jeff has been on like damn near over half the league. If you think he's been around, man. But I mean, yeah, being an NBA journeyman is. It ain't glamorous, but it do mean that you provide a service that people value. It's just that you're not like a mainstay that they just gonna pay you to stay there. But I think the Rockets should have invested in a vet that is actually helping the positions they're trying to develop, like point guard. Like if you're gonna try to develop two guys you want to be ball handlers, that should have been an investment that you would have paid a little bit of money for. But let me ask y'all this: why don't we have a shooting coach with all these rookies, man? You know what I mean? Why is Jabari's dad his shooting coach? John Lucas over here trying to help everybody out. And, guys ain't doing bad, but, you know what I mean? Like, they're pretty much across the board, everybody's shooting worse than last year. So, you can make of that what you want. But those type of moves of having some of the extra staff on hand to assist, especially in it's more important in the fact that our team is so young that you need all the supplemental help you can get. And that's a Tillman thing. He just doesn't pay for that because there's no luxury cap or cap hit or anything on getting a shooting coach or extra like consultants and things like that you could have for your team that some of these other teams have. So, that's just shows you the priorities of the team. Like you could still tank, but I think everybody's tanking, meaning Tillman is tanking with his money. So they think a tank is like means nothing. And I disagree with that. A tank is just losing games, but they've taken it like it means nothing, and that's what's really showing. Yeah,
like you don't have to upgrade the fringe outliers.
Nothing.
Like
yeah,
everything is not a direct correlation to wins and losses. Like development, like you were saying, like me personally, I will have a sports therapist in the locker room for these young guys, bro, because this have to be hard on them mentally. You know, if whatever it takes for me not to ruin my present crop of players that I have, I would do it. You know, and we seen that we got some of the revenue share. It wasn't a lot, but you can see where Tillman's mind is at. He's all about the money. He's trying to, and he feel like if we're not winning, it's not worth putting money and investing into your own
I think
player.
that's basically what it is. That makes sense, bro. If you look at it from a business standpoint, then yeah, but basketball is a business, but you have to invest into it. It's like crops. You gotta like feed your plants and water and fertilize, and then wait for the gains to come back. They're trying to take shortcuts to get to where they're going, and you can't take shortcuts. I'm telling y'all, no matter all the steps we need to take, we're still gonna have to take them. That's why I keep saying the rebuild's gonna be like 3 or 4 years, like down the line. As far as like, I mean, you could bring in some ringers to like make the team better, but if you want this to be on the back of Jabari, Jalen, Sengun, Tari, all the guys, KPJ, whoever you like on the team, then they still got to go through those growing pains, learning how to win. We got to be have an Orlando season where we just right there, almost made the play in. We got to be the OKC where we an 8 seed, and then bang. You don't skip those steps. It's like there's always like the mini leap before the leap. You know what I mean? And or the other route is you just bring in like a big name. And people always point to, oh, look at the Suns. Bro, the Suns, Devin Booker was waiting for that leap for 6 years, man.
Yeah.
That dude waited 6 years to get to the playoffs, bro. 6 years. So let's be real. Like, we 3 years in, they can't shortcut it. You still got to have that leap, then the next leap. So then we missing that first leap. I thought this season we'd be like the Orlando Magic, sort of, where we're like, damn, are they gonna make the play in? No, it came down to the. That's what I thought we'd be choosing like, man, should we tank or not tank? But we knew off rip, like, damn, here come Wemby. Game 1.
It's like they just packed it in from jump.
I mean, yeah, it was apparent.
It's like, bro, I mean, I don't think we can stress enough. Like, don't ruin your guys that you have, man. Like, because you just inevitably just stalling out back to winning. As long as these guys not taking, you know, the necessary steps and growth to actually starting to contributing to winning ball, that's another year removed from where you can be good again. And as far as Tillman, that's another year removed for you started netting a positive, getting out the red and getting back into the black. Because you can't tell me he's making any money off the Rockets right now. You know,
we losing. We used to be one of the top revenue share. Like, we would be giving money to the NBA. Now we collecting money. And we the only. If you look at the teams on there, not all the teams that are making money are good. It's really about your market and the ticket, you know, all the sales and things like that.
Yeah.
The Rocket, I mean, us to be a team that's receiving cash no matter how small. You look at the rest of the teams on there, it's Indiana, you know, like you know what I mean? All these like small markets. Mm-hmm. Houston is not well, I guess now we're a small market. But just because you're losing, like even like the year the Warriors that make the playoffs, they still have one of the highest revenues in the NBA. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's a player-driven league, but I think there's more that the organization can do to build more excitement in the fan base and to show competence and like, yeah, we have something we're excited about. Just like with other teams like OKC. OKC damn near sell out all their games.
Facts.
Tank, no tank, them people in there packed out because they trust Presti and they know they got the guys. So it's like it's really hard to have this conversation because it's such a nuanced conversation about developing players even while you know they're going to lose. Then people want to point at, well, we're tanking, and you want them to understand that is only one outcome. A tank is really you're going to lose games as a tool to be able to acquire talent. But that is isolated to that. You don't harm the talent once you get it because that's really the payment for you tanking. Once you get your money for tanking, You don't throw it away. You invest in that money. You build it so that you can reap the benefits of it because nothing's guaranteed, especially next season. None of this Harden coming back isn't guaranteed. Getting a draft pick isn't guaranteed. Good, Wemby or Scoot isn't guaranteed. So the only real thing we have in our hands right now is Jalen Green, Jabari Smith, Alperen Sengun, Tari Eason, KJ Martin, Kevin Porter. Those are the real tangible assets. That's the real thing you have. They should be doing everything that's humanly possible to make sure those kids are successful. Veterans to help mentor them. Shooting coach, like you said, therapy, all this extra stuff. The best, invest money into that so that you could, see the benefits of it when it's time for them to start winning.
Get these boys a actual practice gym that they can play practice in instead of that roach motel of a practice gym, bro. I'm telling you, look like they practice in a warehouse. Look like they don't even have AC in that mug, man. Like, I'm so disgraced about Tillman when how he's, our practice facility look. It's shameful, bro. It really is. It's shameful. I seen high schools around Houston with better practice gyms than that. I'm not even talking about the actual gym they play in. Practice gym, bro. That practice gym is just unbearable, bro. I hate when they show these guys in the, in the clips and the media is talking to them, interviewing them, and they in that little box little practice gym, bro. It really pisses me off, bro. Like, get these guys some actual facilities, bro, because, bro, I mean, it's been proven. You get the best facilities, you get the best outcomes. Like, these guys got to be comfortable when they practicing. Like, I don't know, man. I ain't gonna go on a tangent again, but I hate that damn practice facility, bro. Let's see. Tony M says no one realizes their dad was a bum, even if their dad played high school ball. Who you talking about?
Wait, what are we talking about there?
Is he talking about
Jabari
Jabari dad? Jabari
on,
dad
bro.
made it to the league.
He was an
bro.
NBA 9-year career, man. Y'all, or however long he played. He was a player.
Come on.
Oh,
man.
I hope y'all ain't talking about Jabari.
I hope they ain't talking. Tony ain't talking about Jabari dad. Shark Shock. Even if you are, that says about Silas, that he couldn't bring this man out of the slump that he was in, and he still had to go to his dad to get it. You know what I'm saying? Even if his dad was a bum, like, Silas must be more of a bum, and our coaching staff must be some bums. So let that man make it, bro.
Nah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. I really, it's hard to tell what's like the dynamics behind the scenes there. It just feels like there's too much going on. Like, we have too many young guys. And I don't know if the help that you could get, like bring like veterans obviously on the team so you can give them a different look. But maybe, you try to, like I said, we try to rationalize, okay, maybe if they did X, Y, and Z, but then they'll do something to counter that. It's just hard to tell. But I think for Stone, all of that, like, Silas as his bulletproof armor goes away because this offseason, even if they keep Silas and fire him midway through the season, or they keep him as the coach for his and pick up his option, the roster he puts together, if they're not successful, it's going to reflect on him at this point. And it's not like, oh, the coach is like, bro, it's y'all, because you built the roster and you're trying to win. So people are going to start complaining about the roster that he built because there's clearly issues with the roster now. But once again, the tank covers that. To me, tanking has nothing to do with veterans, though. Like, you could have veterans on your roster. I just don't get that. Like, we literally Boban and Frank Kaminsky, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Bro, like Boban and Frank Kaminsky.
It's like right now, Silas got an actual human shield in front of him with Silas, like, taking all the bullets.
Stone, yeah.
I mean, yeah, Stone got a human shield with Silas taking all the bullets. And then he got on a bulletproof vest because we tanking. Next year, he lose. If he fires Silas and then we're not tanking no more. So naturally, that bulletproof vest is gone. He going to start taking some of these bullets. He have to. He have to. Shark Shock says, I just circled April 10th on my calendar. That's the day after our last game and Silas' last day as Rockets coach. Speaking of, at first Mike was on Uncle Mike from Twitter. He was like, he thinks Silas is gonna get another year because I think he got either a coach option or a team option or something, or he probably just got another guaranteed year. And he was saying,
he has a the
team
team
option?
option on his 4th year. Yeah, so his 4th year is coming.
Okay.
They could just let it expire and just let him walk, or they could pick it up. But I don't think they've exercised it yet.
They shouldn't.
So it's there, but yeah.
even if they do, and we start off lackadaisical, losing, he should be gone by before Christmas. You know, I think he should have the shortest of the shortest leash next year. I mean, I wouldn't even want him because it's time to win.
Yeah, that's a waste of a year, bro. Like, getting a mid-season coach is basically the year is over. Like, the guy got to come in and try to. It's gonna be an interim, so it's probably gonna be Lucas or one of them. Then you got to do all this all over here. We just need to go ahead and get started, but we wasting time. Jalen Green's contract extension talks are gonna start the year after this one coming up. So in 24, 25, you got to start having that conversation. Do we give Jalen the designated rookie extension and all that stuff? I just need to know if he can add to winning. Like we want to make these decisions with clear mind and not just, well, if we had Coach Silas, now let's see what this next coach would do. Because you messing with people money, you messing with your books, you really can't evaluate the guys on the roster. There's just so many things that are tied to this that they just, if they're gonna move on from him, they should just do it. Just do it, move on. Let's get the coach you think you want, get the players you think you want, and so then we can know, okay, here's what we have with these young guys that we drafted.
Facts. Tony M says Houston has always been treated like an NBA stepchild. I kind of agree with you on that. We always been like the afterthought of the biggest markets. So I get what you're coming from, but I think a lot of that is subjective too, because we are Houston Rockets fans, and we a lot of fan bases think they don't get enough love. It's not just us. Dan D says Wemby will put that small market back on the map instantly. I agree. E.F. Hutton says, I think you mean I don't trust anybody more than Stone. What Stone did to give you so much trust, E.F.? Let me know. Let me find out you drew Larson's burner. I didn't talk to EF, man. I know where he coming from.
It's cool to, like, Stone has a lot to prove, so I'm, like, let's say there's a chance he actually pulls off this off season. So, that's in the card. So, like, but he set it up in a way that only he has to basically pull a game 6 Michael Jordan to pull it off. Like, he didn't have to be here. If you'd done better team building, development, have a more competent roster and still achieve, like, not win so many games, but you got some guys that you can, man, this dude is this and that and blah, 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 that you could roll in with next season with, then it didn't have to be like, damn, you got to get Wemby, Harden got to come, you got to land a top tier coach, you got to land some vets that want to come here and still keep a good roster flexibility and contracts. But he's put himself in that position where a lot of the stuff that they've talked about doing is not stuff they control. Like, we don't control the draft, we don't control free agency. All of those things are going to be like hit or miss. So, he got his word cut out, but maybe he does pull it off. So this is going to be a big offseason for him in his career, because all this stuff people saying about the Rockets, they really talking about him as well. I don't think people just don't want to say it.
Yeah, I don't see how he can separate himself from this. He really can't. Chetman says, you know how the NFLPA did that NFL player team report card and released it publicly? They need to do that for the NBA and see how the Rockets gets graded as an organization. I can tell you right now, it's dead last. We're going to be dead last on that one, bro. Like, for real. Who will we be higher than? Do you have anybody, Frank? We've been the worst team for the last 3 years, bro. Like, I don't see us being
for next season.
No, for this season.
Oh.
As
far
how
as like
they do them, how the NFL do us. Like, they give a grade out for everybody,
Oh,
you know.
I was gonna say Charlotte, but they've had injuries, so people may look at them and be like they've been injured. Detroit, Cade is out, so that kind of gives them a bit of an excuse. San Antonio is, I guess, maybe San Antonio, but they've had stretches where they were a really good team. I don't know. Yeah, that's a good point. I would say that as bad as we've been and just how chaotic, like this, like last 8, 9 games aside, before that, we were playing some really bad basketball. But yeah, I mean, I still think Charlotte is probably the worst situation in the league right now, just because they don't have two top picks on their roster. But
Took the words out
you
of my
know,
mouth. That's what I was gonna say. I swear I was gonna say that. Like, we got talent. Like, we got 2 top 3 picks on our roster right now, and I think that's why they look at us and grade us a little bit more harshly than they do everybody else, because we got talent on our team. I think.
yeah, we do.
I think that's what it is, bro. I really do.
Yeah, we got two top. Like I told, remember that one video I did a while back. Usually, it only take two, like to get going. Like you get you two, you good. And people point at the Sixers. The only way it doesn't take two is that if one of those guys is a bust, or both of them are bust. Because usually, if you get a guy, that's all you really need. The Sixers talk about like Joel Embiid. He was hurt basically the first 2 seasons of his career, because when he was playing, they were on a 34, 35 win pace, coming out of being one of the worst teams. So that dude, if he was that impactful that he just had them, they were ready to win with him. And a 35 wins will get you in the play-in this season. 35, 36 wins will get you in a playing game. So if we have Jalen, Jabari, next year we should be a playing playoff team, but I just don't think we are because of some of the missteps we've taken to get to where we are now. But that's okay though, because like I said, they're still so young that you have that runway to be able to fix it. It just gets funny with the contracts, and I think that's what people got to keep in mind. The NBA is not patient. Fans can be patient. You can say, well, we got to give these young guys some time. You keep saying that, they're gonna trade them. Like, this is not the daycare league. This is a business. Like, bro, they need people to perform. Like Jalen Green's performances is either gonna feed people or get people fired. And when it comes down to like, okay, man, we gotta win games, and I got a job to do. If Jalen is like having 2-3 month stretches of being like the worst player in the NBA, that's gonna impact his money and his value as a prospect. The same for Jabari. If he goes through a whole year of being can't hit a shot, that impacts his evaluation and his money. So it's a business. Y'all just got to keep that in mind. Like all this, everything aside, like they have to at some point perform. And for Steven Silas and Rafael Stone, it's next year. So what does that mean for the players? It means things about to get real. There might not be a couple guys here next year, so we'll see. It's going to be an interesting offseason coming.
I'm looking to a few guys not being here. Truthfully, I'm expecting it. Barry MC, I almost said it. Barry MC, he says, man, stop it. OKC fans show up because that's all they got. This is the South, a football city. Basketball, they show up when they start winning, just like the Astros. I kind of agree with you, but then I kind of don't, because they still don't have to show up, because they ain't been just killer. They've been bad for the last 3-4 years. I mean, they still got a good organization. They got a good organization, and at least they give the fans a reason to show up. Johnny Johnson the fifth. He says, I would trust Stone if he was more open like Maury was. Stone's so damn shady sometimes. I mean, that's that lawyer in him, bro. That's that lawyer in him, bro. I've been saying that, bro. He been throwing Silas to the wolves for a while, man. And he just don't never step up and make himself presentable enough to even take some of this criticism.
Yeah, that's been his MO. He's like a silent partner. He just lets him like take all of that, and they come out when it's like mandatory. But you know, they've been doing like little stories about their plans for the future through their different avenues, like the athletic and stuff like that. But you know, he's not going to be able to hide like anymore, because now it's going to be about him. Like team building is going to be at the forefront this summer. So you know, that's going to be him having to show what he's made of. But Space, I got to roll out, brother. Appreciate you for hosting this.
For sure, Frank. Y'all give it up for Frank for coming through and chopping it up with us. Mudbone, you say I got an echo. I still got an echo, man. My bad. Let me know if I still got an echo, man. So I can make some adjustments. Let me know. My bad, Mudbone. Third Coast Alliance, what's happening, bro? Let's see. Young Edo says the Hornets are by far worse. I guess that's debatable. Dan D says, can Rocket Chop do a segment on the potential prospects? Yeah, we kind of, you know, thinking about doing that, but we don't want to get in that in the arena as far yet, because we still got a long ways to go. Once we start talking about that, we're gonna have to talk about that for a little while, at least until the draft, you know. So just stick with us a little bit. I know these games suck, most of the time. I know we still going through it. We just got like 10 more games, bro. You know, give us 10 more games and then we don't have to do this so much, and I'll be able to make videos. Frank be able to make videos, and we, like, if y'all don't know, if y'all wasn't here with us during the preseason, we was having videos coming out, you know, back to back. So we have more time on our hands because we're not rushed by the games and stuff like that, back-to-back games and stuff like that. But for sure we're gonna be doing that. For sure we will be doing that. Dan Deach also said Jordan is selling. Yeah, he is, supposedly. I haven't heard nothing about that in a couple of days, but yeah, supposedly he is selling it. Chatman says, if people don't know what I'm talking about, and basically players gave a grade on the organization, treatment of families, nutrition, weight room, strength staff, training room, training staff, locker room, travel. Yeah, we still at the bottom, bro. I think we still at the bottom, fam. Third Coast Alliance, he says, if things get real, then I feel bad for some of our players. Silas didn't do them any favors. Facts. Dan D says Bumper or Vogel would be ideal. If y'all don't know, I did do that video about the available coaches. I think the only coach that's not available that was on that video is your boy from Utah. He's now in Atlanta. So, and that was personally my pick. That's who I wanted. But he's in Atlanta now. But Snyder, he's gone. But you can add Ime Udoka to that list. And the dude that just got fired from Atlanta. I don't think we want McMillan, you know. But I personally wanted Snyder. But Vogel's still out there. Kenny Atkinson's still out there. Who else was a good one? I think right now, if I had a hierarchy, unless Toronto get rid of Nick Nurse, I would say Ime Udoka, Atkinson, and then Vogel. But as far as resumes, Vogel was the most qualified. I mean, he's won a championship. Yeah, it was with LeBron. Yeah, it was in the bubble. But he was the coach, so we can't take that from him, bro. You know, we can't take that from him. So as far as qualifications, Vogel is the most qualified coach on the market right now. But if Toronto was to get rid of Nick Nurse, I would have to take a hard look at Nick Nurse. And Ime Udoka, I would go Ime Udoka, Nick Nurse, Atkinson. A lot of guys was yelling for Becky Hammond. I think Becky Hammond will probably be a decent coach. But that's kind of it's murky waters, you know, because haven't nobody ever had a woman head coach. And I'm not sexist. I'm not nothing like that. I'm just saying we don't know how grown men, you know, respond to women like a head in charge. You gotta be questionable about that type of thing. You really do. So, I mean, some guys want Becky Hammond. Some guys want Becky Hammond. Barry MC says, I don't agree. Okay, showed up for the New Orleans Hornets after the hurricane. They'll show up for anything. It's a boring city. They don't have nothing. I said I agree with you on that part. I agree with you on that part. But I don't think that's the only reason why that they show up. That's just me. You know, I don't think that's the only reason why they show up. E.F. Hutton says Frank brought the heat already. Frank always bringing that heat, bro. You got to know it. You got to know it. Chetman, he says, I still want M.A. and Atkinson over Vogel personally. I would take both of them too over Vogel. Chetman says, yeah, unfortunately, Snyder off the table. I wanted him too. Yep, me too. Sharkside says M.A. would be a good coach, but Stone better hide his wife. Hey, you can learn from your mistakes, bro. You can learn from your mistakes. Hopefully he learned from his mistakes, man. I know he lost Neil Long on it. He lost Neil Long. Nah, that's his fault. Tevfik Dag. He says, where's Alperen? Alperen Sengun was hurt. Not hurt. He was sick. He woke up with some mysterious ailment and he didn't play. So that's where Alperen was at. Chatman said you're right because it might be a hard sell because all these coaches talk and they probably don't have a lot of good things to say about the Rockets organization. Facts. Shark Shock says hard pass for me on Becky. Tony M says I'll say it. Becky Hammond, hell no. Shark Shock says most men ignore their wife. Ain't no way grown men listening to Becky. Ooh. Hey, y'all burning Becky in here, bro. Y'all burning Becky with the good hair. Meltbone says if Stone ends up getting Udoka and Womb, who's Womb? Maybe you misspelled that. Dragon 83, he says I would give Silas a chance, guys. Come on, it's a kids team growing up. It's Silas's work. I'm done with Silas, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It ain't even. I just don't like Silas's system. It's kind of an old style system. A lot of dribble hands off. A lot of, you know. I don't like his system either. I don't like his rotations either. Like, I'm gonna pass on Silas, bro. Jehovah Sin says Easton's mom should be the coach. Oh no, she crazy. She crazy. She be going off on Twitter, bro. She be going off on Twitter. She might just kick everybody off the team. Mudbone's on is Stone. If Stone ends up getting Udoka and Wemby this offseason, that would be perfect. I think it will be. I think that it will be good. Let's see. He says Usagami says Easton mom is tough as AF. Yeah, she is, bro. Chatman says I like Becky Hammond a lot, but it's a huge risk for both sides. I agree. DJ M60, he says, can Becky play point though? She probably can, bro. She probably can. Swaggy D says easy pass on Becky. Players won't listen. You might be right, bro. I mean, you never know, but more than likely you might be right. Shark says Becky Hammond is an upgrade over Knicks. Burn Knicks. Knicks always catch a straight. Shh, you remember we can't talk about Knicks, man. You seen what the stream was doing earlier. Darkside DJ Catastrophe says we playing way better. Victor Miller with 1 or 2 vets will put us around 10th to 12th in the West at worst. I like Miller, bro. I like Miller. Tony M says, I hated D'Antoni's system. Yeah, you got to have that elite scoring and passing point guard to play that system. And the one thing about it, he's got to have stamina because he got to create everything. He got to do the passing. He got to break down the defense. He's got to shoot efficiently. He's got to keep everything spread out. He have to be an excellent three-point shooter. I mean, it's a lot to ask. It's a lot to ask. And I don't think it's sustainable for most guys. I think Harden was the perfect guy for that system. At the time, like, they meshed up well. What Harden wanted to do and D'Antoni's system, I think they meshed well at the right time. Because even this present-day Harden, he wouldn't be able to do it. If Harden, the younger Harden, I don't think he would have been able to do it. I think they like complemented each other very well at the time. It was a perfect storm, bro. Let's see. Chatman says, hell nah, to keep a silent system. It's terrible fit for our players, and he won't change the system to fit our players. If we get Wemby silence, we'll just leave him in the corner / lob threat. I agree, bro. I agree. Now, I think it's about my time to go to bed. Not much more we can say. We lost to the Warriors. It's been a running theme the last, 5 years, 6 years. We can't beat them. But I would say the reign is coming close to the end, bro. The Warriors is not the same Warriors unless they just switch some magic switch in the playoffs and they win another chip. But for the most part, we will be from under the oppression of the Golden State Warriors soon. Give it another year or two, they might be out of there. Steph is already coming up saying, oh, I'm tired. I'm getting old. And I think their time is coming. I think we didn't endured. They're going down, and I think we got the right team to come up and ascend. I think we might be having to deal with the Sacramento Kings for a while and maybe the Oklahoma City Thunder for a while because they coming. And I think everybody else is kind of old. Maybe the Pelicans, we probably have to deal with them for a while. But, yeah, man. Appreciate everybody for coming out and joining us. You know what it is. It's your boy, Space Ghost. Y'all the realest CSGs. If you haven't become a member yet, hit the link in the description. You can go to our store. We still got merch, man. You can go hit our store in the link. Go and cop y'all some merch. Go ahead. We got some Jatari. We got some Sengun pieces. We got some shirts in there that's fly. Go ahead and hit the links in the description. If you haven't yet, become a member. Hit the link in the description for our membership package. Starts off at 99 cents, and you could be part of the Chop Shop. You could get your very own emblem by your name with your Houston Rockets. Oh, next month, I think guys is on their fifth month. Next month will be the 6th month for some of you guys, and it's a whole nother upgrade. You got a star, the rocket symbol, and you got other little stars around it. It's an upgrade, so to commemorate being 6 months in the membership package with the Chop Shop. So enjoy the emojis. You know how DJ Catastrophe doing it. You see all the emojis we got. Hey, CSG, we all we got. We almost through the storm, man. We made it. We making it. It's going to be over real soon, man. Like I always say, man, y'all are the best community on YouTube. Y'all give us so much inspiration. I love coming in here, chopping it up with y'all. Y'all are the realest. CSGs, we all we got, baby. And my brother's keeper. You know what I'm saying, Third Coast? Yes, we are. Let's get it. Let's get it. We're going to ride out like we always do, man. Appreciate everybody for coming through. Let's get it, Quan. CSGs, baby. Appreciate you, Sigga. Appreciate Swaggy. Appreciate everybody for coming out. E.F. Hutton, let's go. Y'all know y'all gonna get nothing but the truth at the Chop Shop, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Be back with us after the game next time, baby. Let's have it. Put the Maces up for the H-Town. Let's go, Houston Rockets. Keep the faith. We ain't gonna be in this storm for too much longer. Yeah.
I can't do it right, but on your belt. I can't move gel. I'ma do that plain Jane without that bezel. A lot of niggas hang, so I gotta be careful. Got a gun and some money first drawing a dresser. I gotta do it right, cause I know he gon' bless us.
Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Holla at your boy Space Ghost, man. Y'all the realest. Let's go, baby. H-Time, Dirty South. They gon' get you about the truth, baby. Let's go.